Start with the exercise. First, we will start fill in the blanks with the correct word. A water clock and a sand clock are two examples of dash, modern or ancient clock. Answer will be ancient clock. A sundial works only in the dash, day or night. Answer will be day. In the pendulum, the greater the length of the string, the dash is the time period. The greater is the time period. Next, the speed of an object is defined as the distance traveled by it in dash. 1 hour या unit time. Answer will be unit time. Next, fifth one. Average speed is a measure in dash. Meter per second or meter per hour. The answer will be meter per second. Now choose the correct option. Which of these does not measure time? Does not measure time. The answer is measuring tape. What does 1 hour equals to? It is equals to 3600 minute. That is 60 into 60, 3600. Which of these is not related to a pendulum? That is sundial. In which unit time period of pendulum measured? It is measured in seconds. Which one of these are correct for body in uniform motion? It covers equal distance in equal interval of time. What is sundial used for? It is used for measuring time. What does an hour clock use to measure time? The amount of sand streaming down. Under the influence of which of the following does the bob of pendulum swing? Answer is gravity. How much are 10 decade equal to? 1 century. What does the time period of a pendulum depends on? Length of the string. Now we will see very short answer type. Give two examples for the following. Unit of time smaller than an hour. Answer is minute and second. Time measuring instrument in earlier times was hourglass, sundial. Modern time measuring instrument, digital clock, atomic clock. Factors on which time period of pendulum depends: length of the string and gravity. Fifth one. Factors on which time period of a pendulum does not depend. That is mass of bob, displacement of bob. First short question. What is periodic motion? The motion that repeats itself in equal interval of time is called periodic motion. Second question. Name the following. Instrument for measuring an automobile. You know what is it? Speedometer. Instrument used for measuring the distance traveled. That is odometer. Now, third question. What is the time period of a pendulum? Time period of a pendulum is taken by an oscillating body to complete one oscillation is called time period. What is one oscillation of a pendulum? That is, when the bob moves from one position and returns to the same position, it completes one oscillation. Fifth question. What is average speed? Average speed is defined as the total distance traveled divided by total time taken to travel that distance. This is all your short questions answer. Now long question answers. First question. What is the measurement of time is important to us? The need to measure time was felt by human beings a long time ago. In every civilization, however ancient, there has been evidence that people keeping track on time. तो पीपल क्या करते थे? टाइम के ऊपर ट्रैक करके रखते थे, जैसे कि सन, मून, स्टार, ये सब को देख के. तो वो नोटिस करते थे वंस द सन रोज इन द मॉर्निंग इट वुड सेट इन द इवनिंग. ठीक है. सो दे कुड डू मेनी थिंग्स फ्रॉम सनराइज टू सनसेट. सो दिस गेव देम द कॉन्सेप्ट ऑफ टाइम. तो उसके वजह से उनको पता चला कि ये टाइम है. टाइम को ऐसे हम कैलकुलेट कर सकते हैं. पीपल कीप ट्रैक ऑन मैनी थिंग्स of the passage of time by keeping the events repeatedly. Sunrise, the number of sunrises, the days between two full moons, and the number of full moons between the two seasons. So ऐसे वो 1 month, 1 year ऐसे करके वो ट्रैक कर सकते थे. Second question है, how did people in earlier times measure the time using the following? First sundial, second is hourglass. People, how do they measure using the sundial? So to keep the track of time, the movement of the shadow of the rod, तो rod का movement है, एक shadow जैसा fall करता है in the ground, whose shadow change the direction with the movement of the sun. जैसे sun move करता रहता है उसका direction भी shadow का change होता रहता है. Was used to make the crude sundials. Crude means the natural way to naturally वो धीरे धीरे change करता है अपना direction. कोई उसको force नहीं करता है change करने के लिए. Now next is hourglass. An hourglass consists of two rounded glass bulb that are connected by a narrow neck of glass. Narrow मतलब पतला narrow जैसा neck में दोनों bulb जो है वो round shape में रहता है. तो top bulb was filled with sand and measured the amount of sand particles streamed down from top bulb to the bottom. Duration taken by the sand to stream down from top bulb to the bottom bulb gave the measure of time. तो टॉप बल्ब से जब सारा सैंड निकल के बॉटम बल्ब में आ जाता है इसका मतलब एक मेजरमेंट मिल गया हमको टाइम का. तो ऐसे लोग डिसाइड करते थे. थर्ड क्वेश्चन, डिस्क्राइब एन एक्टिविटी टू डेमोन्स्ट्रेट consistency ऑफ द टाइम पीरियड ऑफ अ पेंडुलम. So in this answer what you have to write the activity to show consistency of a time period of pendulum. You have to write all the materials, then the method of this. This answer you will get in your textbook only. Take a string of the length 30 centimeter, tie the stone at one end, tie the other stone at the other end, display the stone, उसको हटाना है, फिर उसको oscillate करना है, make sure that it oscillates freely. Now use the stopwatch and note the time taken by the stone to complete 10 oscillation. Take one point at the extreme in the oscillation and or the mean मतलब middle में जो रहेगा of the stone, and count the number of time stone crosses this point in the direction. Divide the time taken in 10 oscillation by 10. This gives the time period of the pendulum. Repeat this experiment. Now the fourth question. What is the distance time graph? How can we find the speed of an object from the distance time graph? If we note that the distance traveled by an object at equal interval of time, every second and every minute, we will find the clear picture of its speed, different point of time. The data of distance traveled and the time taken can be presented by many ways. One method would to make a graph. This is called distance time graph. It is created by plotting a series of data points and connecting them to form line. जैसे कि line graph हो गया, bar graph हो गया. तो ये graph क्या है इसके बारे में इस आंसर में लिखना है. Okay. Now fifth, steepness of the slope of the graph gives the speed. If the slope is greater, the speed is greater than the flattened slope. The speed is 0 if the graph is flattened. Now fifth question, distinguish between uniform and non-uniform motion and also give some example. A body is said to be uniform motion if it covers equal distance in equal interval of time. In uniform motion, the speed remains constant. The distance time graph of uniform motion is always a straight line. यूनिफॉर्म के बारे में हो गया. अब नॉन यूनिफॉर्म, अ बॉडी सेड टू बी नॉन यूनिफॉर्म इफ इट कवर्स अनइक्वल डिस्टेंस इन इक्वल इंटरवल ऑफ टाइम. इन नॉन यूनिफॉर्म मोशन द स्पीड इज़ वेरिएबल, मतलब स्पीड जो है वो वेरी करता है. तो डिस्टेंस टाइम ग्राफ ऑफ अ नॉन यूनिफॉर्म मोशन इज रिप्रेजेंटेड बाय अ कर्व लाइन. थैंक यू स्टूडेंट्स फॉर write this short and long question answers in your physics chemistry notebook of Rajlakshmi ma'am.